Greetings and salutations, ladies, menfolk, and non-binary viewers. Welcome to another episode of Game Break by Full Coverage Writers. I am your instigator of creative distractions for this episode, Charles. Coming back with this game, Dysfunctional Systems. I'm still digging this soundtrack. It's really nice. Alright, last episode... Oh, such good music. Last episode, we kind of got introduced to the two main characters, where they are, what they're doing. Looks like we're off to a bar. So, let's dive back into it, shall we? Oh god, what were the styles? Okay. Cyrus turned to walk away, as if it is the next natural thing to do. Well, it is not. I stand incredulously for 3 full seconds before realizing that we are supposed to move ahead. Well, here we are, walking along. Is this a street? I've seen a few vehicles pass us by, so I guess it is. Or I should say that I've heard them, for they have been loud. They are pretty sorry excuses for transportation, though. They have these grotesque metal protrusions out of their fronts, which billow dark smoke and occasionally drip liquid. As if that weren't bad enough, most every frame of these things has looked like a bludgeon team went wild on it. There's an odd reference. They were such bewildering things that they distracted me from the matter at hand. Cyrus. Is he not going to elaborate at all? He just walked off after telling me that people talk at bars. Thanks, Cyrus. I would not have guessed that people talk at places. Isn't he supposed to be teaching me? How can I learn anything with such vague statements? Well, Winter. Well, you need to go to the ice cream parlor, Winter, because they sell food, Winter. Well... Goodness, how annoying. And hasn't he been annoying since orientation, pestering me and staring at me? An annoying and unlikable person, this Cyrus. With a reputation at that, I hear. I mean, seriously, don't people talk everywhere? Sir, don't people talk everywhere? Isn't that the sort of thing humans are known for, in general? Well, aren't you, Snippy? Oh crap, I just ruined everything, didn't I? I need to stop thinking so much or I'll let my thoughts slip out. I shouldn't have said it like that. He's my superior. I bet he'll lower my grade now. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to be. It's just a bit frustrating when you don't explain yourself properly. Oh? I thought it was most self-explanatory. Not really at all, sir. Well, maybe it is, but I don't really know anything about bars. I've never even seen the outside of one. Ah, that's right. We're really not into drinking back home, are we? Don't know if I would say that. Perhaps not everyone is the same. Well, bars are generally a place where people go to unwind. And the alcohol loosens their lips, so to speak. They'll talk about almost anything, themselves, their troubles. And often, the root of the problem will involve what is troubling the world's people. It's a useful place to visit. Speaking of problems, what was the issue of the last world you visited? Pollution. The world was kind of oldish, and much less practical than ours. They kept throwing out their stuff wrong, and had bad ways of making energy. Their water ended up getting poisoned, and a lot of them were sick. Long-term project, I assume? Yeah, my mentor had already been working on it for a while before I came. I think it was around 5 months. That's so. Glad I'm assigned short-term projects. It'd be something awful to get stuck with the same problem for nearly a year. I agree, but I don't know about the way you said that. How long did you shadow her? 3 days. I see. You've never had alcohol, have you? What? What was that? Oh, I'm gonna have to watch the replay of that. What was that? No, sir, I would never. I mean, I'm too young. I stop in my tracks, and he stops to turn. His lips then curl up in a kind of oh-ho-ho expression. Oh-ho-ho-ing at my innocence, ripe to be defiled. It is creepy. I am uncomfortable. Okay, that is a really lecherous stare. Come on, that's not appropriate. No, you wouldn't do anything against the rules, would you? Is that a test? A trick? A challenge? No, sir, I would not. His smile broadens at this, and my discomfort increases. You know, Winter. Each world you visit will have its own laws, its own customs, and its own social graces. You're going to have to learn to make your mind a little more flexible if you want to succeed. I'm going to have you drink some alcohol at the bar. Excuse me? I don't want to. Besides, I'm underage. It's against the law. Well, Winter, in many cultures you will be expected to drink, even at your current age. You should be ready for that, and you should know the effects alcohol has on you, has on yourself and others. What? He's telling me to break the law? Whoa, no. This is completely out of my comfort zone. I probably hate alcohol even, right? I do not want to do this. I mean, I know we're in another world, so it's not really the law, but... No, this is my conviction. I was born and raised to a set of rules, and I think it would be best to live by them. It is like what I learned in class. One might think it best to try absorbing all aspects of cultures met, however, it is not advisable. In absorbing a culture, you run the risk of becoming absorbed by that culture as well. Mediators should not forget who they are. I am Winter Harrison. I will not be shaken by this. I don't think I can do that, sir. Winter. That's an order. This is part of your training. If you do not drink alcohol at this bar, I will be forced to fail you. What? That isn't... That's not allowed. You can't make me do anything. I most certainly can. I'm your mentor. Only for today, and you aren't always going to be that. Besides, you can't threaten me because I have my convictions and I won't forget who I am. I'm right. I can tell I'm right because my cheeks are flushed, my heart is pounding, and he looks wounded. I hurt him. I struck out against him, and he knows he's wrong. It isn't just enough that he's hurting inside, though. I need to teach him a lesson. I need to knock it into him. Therefore, I will raise this trembling arm and trembling fist. I will raise it and grit my teeth, and I'll punch him right in his pathetic-looking chest. Ha! Oh wow, she actually did it. What? Winter, what is this? I am rebelling against you. Did you just punch me? I nod my head quickly and with purpose. You did? What does it look like? My fist smashed into your ribs, didn't it? Well, smashed is... All of a sudden my hair just goes paff, as if something heavy has lightly fallen on it. I glance up to find Cyrus resting his hand on my head. Although I know what he is doing, in fact I just said so, I still am compelled to ask. What are you doing? Winter. Fine. I won't force you to drink. You mean you can't? I mean I won't. I will, however, put forth a stern suggestion. It would be very wise of you to drink. It will help you ease into the taste of another place. I know what they've taught you, and I'd be lying if I said I ignore what I've learned. Just remember the way it's worded. You're allowed to let yourself go a little. Just don't forget. I haven't forgotten, and neither have you, it seems. But you shouldn't be afraid of stepping outside of yourself, if only for a little while. In a sense, that's what you're doing already in being here. So I urge you, Winter, have a pint. I'll just a little. Good enough. Well, there's a bar. Come on, Winter. That's a bar? What makes it any different from the other stores? Looks just the same from outside. They don't seem to pride themselves on distinction out here. I run my hand through my hair and grimace. I wonder if, since all the storefronts look like this, maybe they're all bars. What a terrible thought. What if this is a culture which loves to drink? Will I be expected to drink a lot? I hope not. Warily, I begin to follow Cyrus. What am I doing? This is so illegal. I wonder if I can report this. Alright, with that we had a transition, so I'm going to cut this episode here. I hope you're as intrigued by this storyline and this game as I am. I'm really curious where this is going to go, so I'm looking forward to the next episode. Thank you for joining me. If you want to see future episodes and any of the other Game Break shenanigans that my crew gets up to, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like any of the videos that you are entertained by, and feel free to comment if you've played any of these games, or if you're curious or have commentary on it, by all means. And until next time, get back to being creative already. Has looked like a bludgeon team went wild on it. There's an odd reference. They were such bewildering things that they distracted me from the matter at hand. Cyrus. Is he not going to elaborate at all? He just walked off after telling me that people talk at bars. Thanks, Cyrus. I would not have guessed that people talk at places. Isn't he... Greetings and salutations, ladies, menfolk, and non-binary viewers. Welcome to another episode of Game Break by Full Coverage Writers. I am your instigator of creative distractions for this episode, Charles. Coming back with... Oh god, what were the styles? Okay. Cyrus turned to walk away, as if it is the next natural thing to do. Well, it is not. I stand incredulously for 3 full seconds before realizing that we are supposed to move ahead. Well, here we are, walking along. Is this a street? I've seen a few vehicles pass us by, so I guess it is. Or I should say that I've heard them, for they have been loud. They are pretty sorry excuses for transportation, though. They have these grotesque metal protrusions out of their fronts, which billow dark smoke and occasionally drip liquid. As if that weren't bad enough, most every frame of these things has hooked this game. Dysfunctional Systems. I'm still digging this soundtrack. It's really nice. Alright, last episode... Oh, such good music. Last episode, we kind of got introduced to the two main characters, where they are, what they're doing. Looks like we're off to a bar. So, let's dive back into it, shall we?